Ryan Garcia must leave Golden Boy Promotions. We've got a lot to go through in today's video. Obviously, tomorrow is Ryan Garcia's fight against Oscar Donatin's return fight. And there's a lot going on right now between Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya, and Bernard Hopkins. Obviously, in this video here, Ryan Garcia is he's responding to the criticism of Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya, who obviously, as you know, are the two main men at Golden Boy Promotions. Then we've obviously got a deleted tweet to go through by Oscar De La Hoya about Ryan Garcia, and this other video that Oscar De La Hoya made about Ryan Garcia. So, Ryan Garcia here lashes out at criticism between with what Bernard Hopkins and what Oscar De La Hoya have had to say about him. Obviously, it's been such a toxic relationship ever since, it's been going on endless times. Like, Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins can't stop chatting shit about Ryan Garcia. And, I mean, ever since, Ryan Garcia lost the tank, Oscar De La Hoya's been all toxic towards him, especially, honestly, joke. So we're going to see what Ryan Garcia has to say here, because this is where it all kicked off with the Twitter and with the tweets and stuff from Oscar De La Hoya. So obviously here, Ryan Garcia is responding to past things that Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya have said. I mean, I feel like Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya are a disgrace. Obviously, two great fighters back in their day, of course, great fighters, but scumbag promoters, aren't they? Honestly, they are. Anyway, let's see what Ryan Garcia has to say here.
Bernard made, where he'll decide if I'm going to finish or if I should continue boxing after this fight. He don't decide that. My coach does. My team does. Everybody that grinds with me day in and day out, that's who decides. And ultimately, God decides, not him. Nobody was telling him when to stop boxing. He stopped boxing at 45. So kudos to him.
Ryan Garcia's got a great point here, to be fair. Bernard Hopkins saying all this stuff about when Ryan Garcia should quit boxing and stuff. It's a joke. And then, obviously Ryan Garcia says, no one was telling Bernard Hopkins to stop. Ryan Garcia's making great points here.
But he don't determine that. And another thing I want to touch on is, Oscar saying...
Oscar De La Hoya looks so uncomfortable here. You could see his eyes lit up as soon as Ryan Garcia said his name. Yeah.
We misinterpret, what they say. It's plain English. I didn't hear anybody speaking any language I don't know.
Yeah, shaking his head there, but he knows what he's done though, Oscar. You know what you've done, Oscar. You've literally stabbed Ryan Garcia in the back massively. Just for basically losing, it's deeper than that, obviously, of course, as well. But, that's a big reason which should be made public. Just, saying just endless shit about Ryan Garcia when he lost that fight. Tank.
So, it's very clear to me that, they're backing this guy to beat me just like they thought Duno was going to beat me. He was the next Filipino.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Garcia calls out Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins saying that they're backing Oscar Durat to beat Ryan Garcia. And then Oscar, hands over head. He looks so uncomfortable for watching this. But, Ryan Garcia has a point here, though, to be fair. He does, in a way. I don't know, if De La Hoya and Hopkins want... Oscar Durat to win, but no, I doubt they do. But to Ryan Garcia, probably does seem like that with what they've been saying about him.
Mexican star, you know what? I put everything into this fight. For the first time, I'm extremely.
Yeah, so that's what Ryan Garcia's had to say. He's calling out them for apparently backing Duarte over Garcia and just calling them out for shit that they've been saying. So. This is what Oscar De La Hoya's response was to this, to what Ryan Garcia had to say at the press conference. Publicly as well, this tweet has been deleted by Oscar De La Hoya. Why are you even saying this joke? Anyway, let's see anyway. So, Oscar De La Hoya said here, I have to say I'm really concerned about Ryan Garcia's state of mind, considering his history of mental instability, which he's documented himself. His current erratic behavior shows he's clearly not focused on Saturday's fights. You won't take my calls. Ryan, I hope you're okay. Why are you making this public, Oscar De La Hoya? And you should, I don't know, you shouldn't really be questioning other people's mental health, as first of all, as well. And why are you making this public? Why are you making this public? I mean, should Ryan Garcia have made it all public? Saying, I mean, I honestly kind of do think that Ryan Garcia has got a right to call them out. Obviously, it's not ideal, and it would be much better if this whole situation was handled privately. But Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins brought it up on themselves, though. They have brought this up on themselves. So, you know, Oscar De La Hoya and Hopkins has said things publicly. So, you know, I guess Ryan Garcia's got a right to say things publicly. So, you know, but yeah, this is Oscar De La Hoya responding to the press conference and stuff. But I mean, it's just, yeah, this whole situation is not ideal at all. He's saying that he won't take my calls, everything, and saying that he's concerned about his biggest star on Golden Boy Promotions. He talking about his biggest star. Why are you doing this, Oscar De La Hoya? It's honestly a complete joke. Why are you bringing this up? Why are you bringing this all into it? Like, it can only just affect Ryan Garcia more. So, you know, Ryan Garcia, he's got a right to say, oh yeah, they might be backing Oscar De La Hoya over me. Because, you know, it's a toxic relationship anyway. So, Ryan Garcia's got the right to say this. What a joke Oscar De La Hoya is for coming out with all this absolute nonsense. What an absolute joke. Should not be saying this. Then we look here.
The interview that Bernard gave in the Rocha press conference, which was about 2 months ago, Bernard stated that if it was him as a legend, as a fighter, as a legendary hero, this is what he would do. He didn't say, well, this is what Ryan should do. So when you're dealing with kids, it's really hard.
So basically there he said, he's basically saying that with Ryan Garcia, he's dealing with kids. So he's basically saying that Ryan Garcia is immature, and he's saying that Ryan Garcia is a kid for dealing like it, because he's obviously backing Bernard Hopkins on this, because they work together, of course. But, I mean, again, he's just taking another shot at Ryan Garcia once again. Why? I just don't understand. Why are you making this all public? Ryan Garcia made it all public because you did. And Bernard Hopkins, of course. It's honestly an awful situation for all parties involved. But for Ryan Garcia, this is, you know, you've got to feel for Ryan Garcia. He must leave Golden Boy Promotions. The treatment which he's getting as their star fighter, it's unbelievable, to be fair. It just can't, I just don't get it. Like, you don't see this, oh, voice crack there. You don't see this with anybody else. You don't see any other promoter just dissing their main man like this. I just don't get it. I don't get why Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins are doing this. Ryan Garcia can sell pay-per-views. He does good pay-per-views. Why are you trashing him like this? I just don't get it. Why is Oscar De La Hoya walking out on him when he loses to Tank? There's no shame in losing to Tank Davis. In my opinion, Tank's the best lightweight out there. But Oscar De La Hoya, oh my god, it's the whole thing's unbelievable, to be fair. Ryan Garcia must leave this whole he must leave Golden Boy. He must leave. I mean, there's other promotions that can treat you better. Go back to Matchroom or something. Like, go to Matchroom. Top Ranks out there as well. Like, PBC, go there. Ryan Garcia's got way better options. I feel like PBC could do great for Ryan Garcia's career. If Ryan Garcia moves over to PBC, then I honestly think that can do wonders for Ryan Garcia's career. This whole thing with Ryan Garcia working with Golden Boy, with De La Hoya and Hopkins, is not going to work. I just don't get why, like, after everything that happened after the tank fight between De La Hoya and Garcia, why Garcia wanted to stick with him. He must be demanded to get released from that contract that he's got with Golden Boy. Obviously, it's easier said than done to do so, but hopefully, like, I do assume that this will surely be Ryan Garcia's last fight with Golden Boy. It must be. He's clearly not happy there. I feel sorry for Ryan Garcia that he's having to deal with all this. I feel really bad for Ryan Garcia. Like, you've got to side with him on this. Like, you must. He's been receiving just endless trash talk from De La Hoya and Hopkins. And I think Ryan Garcia's got all the right to call it out. I think the kids in this situation, obviously De La Hoya said that Ryan Garcia was the kid. It's Hopkins and De La Hoya. They've dealt with this whole thing and they're promoting Garcia awfully. It's not a good look for their promotion at all. It's not good for Golden Boy. And, other fighters are going to look like this and be like, they're trashing their biggest pay-per-view star. And let's be real, he's one of the biggest names in boxing. Not the biggest, but he's up there, Ryan Garcia. He's got a big following, lots of fans. Imagine what other fighters are going to think about working with Golden Boy. They're going to swerve that offer. Work with Matchroom, work with PBC, work with Top Rank. It's not a Golden Boy like De La Hoya. I don't know, he just causes so much shit for no reason at all. For stupid reasons. It's this whole thing between Garcia, De La Hoya and Hopkins has been toxic for a long time. And it needs to stop. It can affect Ryan Garcia. I feel like the tweet that De La Hoya put out is one of the big main things which, you must have an issue with, in my opinion. You should not be saying that about one of your fighters, questioning their mental health 2 days before a fight. A return fight as well. Garcia must win this fight. Why are you trashing him like this? It's unbelievable. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.